in. Thank you very much for being there for us. Thank you if you have subscribed. This is Dr. Mary Mugo, and today we want to talk about the state of this nation, the nation of Kenya. Yes, and I'm joined by one Professor Gitire Naituri, a former commissioner, NCIC. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Professor Gitire.
Thank you.
If you've not subscribed, please subscribe. Professor Naituri, the education sector. COVID came, universities closed, schools closed. Some schools are now open, some universities are open. What is your take? There seems to be a lot of confusion. What is your take on this?
Well, the confusion is there, but it's the confusion which we need to learn how to handle. Because unfortunately, this COVID is not going anywhere in the next 3 years. And therefore, we have to learn how to live with it. We can't keep our children at home permanently. Somehow we need to figure out how to do this. But having said that, I also need to say that the state, which is the government, they need to get serious. They need to invest in the safety of the children. I heard there was a desk project.
You had?
I had, which was supposed to supply and therefore manage the spaces in between the children, which is a part of the Ministry of Health, the prescription on how to protect from the COVID. We don't know what happened with that. So the government policy and the government pronouncements, when they pronounce a policy, when they pronounce a promise, and then the state does not keep that promise, the citizens lose trust.
Correct.
In the state. That erodes trust. So the hope is that we are opening the school, but the government is stick to the policy of protecting our children. Because only the government can protect the children and their teachers.
Thank you, Professor Naituri. I've heard in the news that parents are being asked to buy masks. I've heard in the news that even some private schools have been doing online, some universities are doing online. What is your take on this aspect of that, the burden of buying masks is on parents? And what is your take on online teaching?
You know, for a very long time, this country has really never focused on what matters in life. Because what really matters in any society, there are basically two things which override everything else. Education and health. Both education and health, you look for three factors to see how it works. There is something called accessibility. Access to health and access to education. But not just access now, it is have to be quality education and quality health. Okay? And then the other one is affordability of these two, because these two drive the economy.
Correct.
So the problem is we have not invested in any, but there is a weakness that we have as a country, which I don't understand. We only implement in government programs if they are personal benefit to you.
Probably you are saying very serious things. Are you saying that the desk, someone is benefiting?
That's why it's not moving, because very likely that nobody has figured out how to attract personal benefit. And when they attract the personal benefit, then you don't get quality desks. Okay?
Even masks.
Even mask, you will not get quality mask. So the problem that we have, this incredible amount of selfishness, which drives every decision we make in the position of authority. This needs to be addressed because they have to stop if this country must move forward. Online teaching is good. We need to adapt to technology and we need to move with the technology. The problem is that, you know, I talked about access. How many Kenyan children can access online teaching? Okay, that's the question you need to answer. We also talked about equality. There is something about the face-to-face, because you are able to read your children's mind, when you have them, because I think Kenya trains very well. Most of our teachers, whether it's in nursery school, primary, they're very well trained. So when you have children before, you can be able to figure out who is understanding what you are saying and who is not, and therefore the two, your lecture, to accommodate everyone. Online teaching does not offer that possibility.
Okay.
So it has a weakness. But still, because we are dealing with an international pandemic, global pandemic, it is a branch. It's a branch, unfortunately, that the majority of Kenyans simply cannot afford. Because they don't have the access. Yeah.
Let's go to health. Today, you know that COVID has been, the numbers have been growing. Before that, they are in the news. There is the KEMSA scandal. The doctors are complaining they don't have PPEs, they are dying. In fact, the other day I saw an MP cry on Citizen TV. And as late as this week, when one of the MPs passed on, may he rest in peace, the MPs are even asking for an helicopter to airlift them when they are sick. What is your take on the state of health in this nation as far as COVID is concerned?
You know, the tragedy of this country is that we have leaders who don't feel our pain. You just told me that they cried because an MP died. Just before the MP died, 6 doctors died. But they did not cry for those doctors. They cried for that single MP. Okay? This shows how far away our leaders are removed from the common Kenyan, who they are supposed to dedicate their life to serve. It's very unfortunate. So, the health situation is in symbols also because the same thing we just talked about the education. If you remember when this COVID came, billions were donated by Western goodwill friends of Kenya, Western countries, who simply love us and they wanted us to protect ourselves from this thing. Those billions were supposed to provide bed capacity. So that there is oxygen in every dispensary in the village. They were supposed to provide personal protective equipment. All that money went to people's pockets. This is why you are talking about the KEMSA, where some people are being asked to register a company to provide the PPEs. Then you register a company, then you get 4 billion. You don't own a single sharani for making a PPE. You just afresh because you need to, the money need to be shared by the politicians. So they ask you to register the company. This is our problem. The problem is the leaders don't feel our pain. These are foreigners actually. They cannot qualify as leaders of people. Because the leaders of people, they want to distribute love because they love them. That's why these people are making them leaders. But when you can steal money from people who are dying and those who are likely to die, for the fact that there is no provision to protect the frontline soldiers, our doctors and our nurses, PPEs, simple protective equipment for these people so they can save our lives. You take that money. All the people who are dying is because you took that money, but you are very happy taking that money. This is a banned culture. It's a culture that we need to take a second look at.
Okay. And this idea of MPs having helicopters to airlift them,
well, it's
paid by the taxpayer?
I think I've just answered that question because I've said that when people can't feel your pain and they claim to be your leaders, they want to live in the sky. Unfortunately for them, is that it's not possible for them to live there, so they just have to live with us here. But these people are not part of this society. This is a special breed. It is a breed that want to take you to a referendum. When what you need is a bed in your nearest dispensary with oxygen. When what you need is when you get that prescription that you can walk in and get the medicine. Instead, they want to, first of all, they have an insurance that you only dream about.
Okay.
Okay? They have an insurance which is paying in billions, which can pay in billions if they go to these hospitals. In addition to that, they're asking for helicopters.
Imagine that.
So that they can be flown to Nairobi and their constituents are dying in Mumias.
Imagine that.
You understand?
Yeah, it's annoying.
This is very crude. In fact, I think we have reached the same level where Gondom and Samora was destroyed by God. I think that level is very fast approaching. Yes. Because you cannot, you have to have a heart of a stone.
Okay.
For you to tell us you want to use 14 billion to run a referendum when the villagers are dying because there is no bed or oxygen in their village, in the local dispensary. Because those billions that came here, together with the money the president asked all government institutions to contribute. Remember, the president issued a directive. He sent the money for education tours, which are fake anyway. Okay? The education tours, the money for local and international travel. He said, oh, that money needs to be taken to the Ministry of reallocated to the Ministry of Health. That money was in excess of 500 billion.
Really?
Yeah, that's a lot of money. Because you know the way this government works, I know how it works.
Bro, where is the 500 billion?
That's a good question. That is the question. All this money should have been able to make a minimum of 1,000 beds in every single dispensary in this country, together with the provision of PPEs for the doctors and the nurses manning those institutions. And that money, you can't find a penny today. Wow. This is how bad this society has become. And this is how society becomes before God sends fire, as in Sodom and Gomorrah.
You're becoming a preacher, a prof. I don't know that side of you. Anyway, my final question, which you've just talked about a bit. Do you think our leaders have the right priorities? Why would they be launching PBI? Why would they be wanting to go and collect signatures instead of talking about people who are dying? What is wrong with our leadership?
I think something is very seriously wrong because the Minister of Health tells us that please wash your hands and sanitize.
And social distance.
And social distance. Collecting signatures is a method to spread the virus. So it's totally contrary.
Oh my goodness.
It's contrary to the policy of the Ministry of Health. Yeah. And the Ministry of Health is part of the government as a whole. Because you cannot sign a document which has not been touched by somebody else. You see, you give me a pen, I touch, you have touched the pen, you give it to me, I sign, and I give you the document which has come from another person. That is the formula to spread the virus. It's just like these people are looking for something that can kill all of us. Okay? So I can't understand, and nobody should be able to understand, and all that is because they are simply seeking power. Because the idea that the BBI is supposed to unite Kenyans is a lie.
Are Kenyans divided anyway?
Okay? Because we are not divided, and we didn't ask for it. Okay? So, you see, the idea that if you provide the seat for the big five. The big five is the Kikuyus,
the Luyas,
Kambas, Kalenjin, and the Luos. We are safe.
Where are the Merus?
And they also...
Where are the Embus?
Yeah, where is all the other Kenyans, basically, the 40%. But also the idea that if you provide the seat for those, we are safe. And the biggest of the lies is that we actually want it. Okay?
Okay.
But you remember 202. 202, Moi appointed Mundavand vice president. So he can support Uhuru Kenyatta. Mundavand lost his parliamentary seat in his Sabatia constituency. Because people don't care.
Who is who?
Kenyans don't care that you are the president because they know that you will not feed them. Okay? So the idea that the five must be accommodated for us to be stable is misleading.
It's actually selfish.
What these people are doing is addressing 1960 onwards in the 21st century. These people have moved. Kenyans have moved. What they want is opportunities to better themselves.
Correct.
Okay? What they want is good health system to take care of them. What they want is good education. They want the economic expansion, and they don't care who can provide those things. They don't care. Right. They are not into the tribal cocoon, which their leaders are trying to bring them to. The Kenyans have moved. They are not there anymore. So these 1960 formulas to answer problems of the 21st century, they are not welcome and they will not work. But let me tell you what is worse. In business, in a profession which I profess, you never propose a solution to an non-existent problem.
Correct.
The BMBI is a solution to a problem that does not exist. And that is why these people are facing resistance. And that is why now they want to force it, which they can do. Because nobody, we know that the government is all powerful. The government is in God on earth. Why are they trying to prove that their power to us, innocent citizens, when we know they already have the power? It's no use. You already have the power. Yeah. But the truth of the matter is the 98% of BMBI is actually Article 43 of the Constitution, which they have refused to implement, because Article 43, subsection 2, is clear that no citizen will be denied emergency medical service. Today, citizens are being told there is no space in hospitals. In other words, that's a breach of that law. Okay? But you see, the Constitution is a statement of policy, which in life need to be breathed into it by a legislation, which prescribe punishment. Because that article has never been implemented, you can be denied medical, emergency medical treatment, and you die, and there is nothing we can do with the fellow who has done that, because the Constitution bars them from denying you, but the Constitution can't say what happens if they deny you. That is why we are talking about implementation. Okay? This is why we are saying if Raila and his brother, the President Uhuru Kenyatta, truly loves this country, please implement Article 43. Implement Article 10 on inclusivity, fair treatment, rule of law. Implement Article 232 on the principles of public service, diversity, protection of the marginalized. Implement Article 73 on leadership and integrity. And we are home and dry as a country. Stop telling us about the media.
My viewers, we'll be coming back to you in the next State of the Nation. You've heard it all from a professor who I keep saying is one I know is brutally honest. Okay? And basically, Kenyans, you're on your own. NHIF does not cover nothing. Sorry. You're on your own. Buy your children masks. If you don't have a mask, you die alone. Kenyans, you're on your own. You know why? Because, as the professor has rightly said, not everybody can afford online learning. You're on your own. And you know what, Kenya? Sometimes I think we are not serious. You're the same people who bring these leaders. Can't you just change? Kenyans, hey, let's change. Let's bring leaders who are going to help this nation. And to the Mr. President, please listen to us. We need health, we need education. Referendum can wait. That is what we are saying. And many Kenyans. Thank you so much, Professor Naituri. We really appreciate.
Thank you.
Viewers, thank you for being with us. Like this video, share this video, and subscribe. Hey, I'm gonna bring the professor again because I like honest people. And by the way, if you're a leader, you never keep your word. You simply have no integrity. You should never be a leader in the first place. All right? So if you're one, start keeping your word.
Are you looking for a consultant, a trainer, or a motivational speaker? Well, look no further. Our team is competent in implementing team building and training programs for various clients. We work with you to identify your needs, assess your employees' skills design, and implement the most appropriate approach to deliver. Our approach is founded on a well-thought process, including a post-training phase and evaluation phase to assess the training. We are experts in team building, motivation talks, and matters of leadership and strategy. Call us and see the difference.